What's up, Super Plays? It's your host Tony G, bringing you another market watch, and that's not a market Monday, but a market Wednesday. I do apologize that I have not been consistent with these, and I know you guys like these. I've been traveling, family emergencies, so I finally got to settle down, get my equipment set up, but they're gonna be relatively harder to do right now due to a big family emergency I'm having, and so it requires me to fly coast to coast significantly. So I do apologize. I'll do my best to still be consistent with market Mondays on Mondays, but as of now, I'm gonna do my best. So thank you guys for always watching these, and let's get into it. So obviously the pre-release just started, and I love taking a look at some of these prices because it's curious to see how much they go for pre-release, and then after how much they either plateau, they finally settle down, the dust settles in the ground, and you get to see some amazing cards relatively cheaper than what the pre-release prices are. The pre-release prices are sometimes insane, but right now we're going to talk about Critical Blow, the booster box. Right now, pre-release, as of now, it's $74.80. This is one of those booster boxes that actually has a god rare as well, and you'll see what it was sold for through our whatnot. So if you're not following us, definitely follow our whatnot and have the opportunity to see these amazing prices sometimes be sold at a certain price point, and as a reference, of course. So obviously we're going to start off with this one. It is $74.80 pre-release, so that's not relatively expensive for a booster box. We've been noticing with the release of Fusion Worlds, if I'm not mistaken, we've been seeing a huge decrease of the prices of some of these booster boxes and even cards in Dragon Ball Super Card Game Masters. I believe that's what's called now. And we're noticing that it's going to be relatively, you're noticing the prices tank. So again, this is $74.80, not too expensive. It's been a while since I've seen a booster box just start off at $74 rather than it being anywhere between $90 to $100 before, but this is relatively cheaper than usual. And so then we got the starter deck that's also coming out this week. I wanted to showcase this because I think Final Radiance is a great starter deck if you're trying to get into the game, because it always introduces a new mechanic with Z cards, not Z battle cards anymore, but Z extra cards, if I'm not mistaken. And they're relatively used in this deck as well. So it's pretty awesome. I think you'll see this booster or starter decks are usually around this price range, and then they go down in price as well. So it's sitting at $25.25 with a few listings from a variety of different card shops. So it's not too expensive. And so obviously we're going to get into the nitty gritty of the secret rares. Usually I like to talk about these because these are the money cards. These are the cards you get to pull from the booster boxes. And as of now, it's $474. That's how much it is right now for a pre-release Gogeta, because this is a phenomenal secret rare, one of the strongest ones. And the only way you could get rid of him is by reducing his power by negative 20,000, 30,000 by certain card effects. So this guy is going to stay on the field for a minute if you can't get rid of it. So highest price is $500, cheapest is $474. And obviously we're going to talk about the other ones. Great Ape Cumber, Golden Wickedness Amplified, another great secret rare, relatively expensive. Again, pre-release prices are $445, and again the most expensive is $500 from Core TCG. So huge shout out to them as well. And then we got the next one, which is Bursting Rage, one of the most affordable secret rares that make it pretty utilized, user friendly, and it could be splashed into almost every deck that has a unison that's 20,000 power or less, to the Z deck, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. I think that's really cool. That makes this deck relatively strong, or the secret rare very strong. And so relatively cheaper than the other ones. It's $174 and $199 being the most expensive. And again, stay tuned. At the very end of this video, I will showcase what the god rare was sold on our whatnot. I screenshotted it because C-Ra was like live streaming it, so I wanted to like on the Super Players whatnot, and you'll get to see what the price was sold and use that as a reference if you would like. So you could pause it, screenshot it yourself as well. So then we go on to those money cards, the SPRs of this set. Sun Gohan Beast Roar. I think these are very awesome collectibles. Again, I collect the card game. I think I'm doing my best to now collect almost all of them, since they're a little bit more affordable than what they used to be. And it's going for $29.56 and $35 being the most expensive. And with a few regionals coming around the corner of this month, we may see some of these cards stay at a kind of relatively not a high price, but a relatively cheaper price than normal. But yeah, $29.56, or you may see it maybe anywhere between $15 to $20, depending how competitive it will be. And then we have SS Gogeta Sparking to Utmost Limit, another great SPR. I think this is one of the most sought out cards from the set. People really like this card, and people just love the artwork. I mean, one thing I do like about Dragon Ball Super Masters now, it's the artwork. The artwork, the texture, the gold foiling is phenomenal. So 25 bucks, it might go down as well, or it might go up even more because it's a very sought out card. SS Broly, Tenacious Onslaught. These cards are relatively awesome. Again, I always believe that Goku, Vegeta, Broly, and Frieza cards are relatively the most collectible and will retain the most value in this set. I think typically those are the cards that people are looking for. So if I had to give my own advice, being in the card game for such a long time and now being an avid collector of this card game, usually those are the ones that you want to collect from every set. If there's like a Broly, Frieza, Goku, Vegeta, those are definitely the money cards you should be getting. So $18.99 and $21 being the cheapest, or the most expensive, sorry. And again, like what I said, SS3 or any Goku card, they look amazing. Goku Premonitions of a Fierce Battle, $18.98 is the cheapest, and obviously the most expensive will be $20. So another great card, like what I'm telling you guys, it's pretty awesome. I think they retain a relatively decent price. If you're trying to resell them, they may go up in price. Again, collectors really like these cards, or these archetypes, or card specific name would be like Goku again and Vegeta. And obviously we have the best selling cards at the moment from the pre-sale and pre-release, what's going on. A case is $829, $78 market price, pre-release $74. $92 for a display case of the premium packs. And then obviously we have an overview of what are being bought out currently, well, not bought out, but being purchased in this set, and what maybe potentially the meta will look like as of now. And again, these are the best selling cards as of now. So let's stay tuned. Maybe next week or after this weekend, I will do the market watch, and you'll see some of these cards go down in price, which is phenomenal. And it's not too expensive. And then obviously the last card I wanted to mention, the Whatnot God Rare. What did it sell for? Pause the video right now, tell me what you think it was sold for, put it in the comment section, and then I want to get your feedback as well. So as of now, I could see this has been sold for $14.60. I think this was pretty mint in my opinion. What C-Rod told me as well, that it was relatively there was no, what do they call it, lines or foil lines on it that weren't too noticeable. I don't recall. I think from what other people are saying, it's also in the booster box opening if you want to take a look at it. It's pretty good. It's pretty mint. From pack to sleeve and now a top loader, it looks great. I mean, it's in mint condition. It's sold for $14.60 as of now. I think that may be the last time, or it being sold around this ballpark. So if you're trying to negotiate with anybody, this is fairly mint. I think there's no print lines, that's what it's called, on it. And if you do notice it, let me know in the comment section as well, because I can't see it. I'm trying my best. Maybe right here. I don't know if that's a print line. I'm not sure. But yeah, so there may be some, you may notice it. But as of now, $14.60, and if you get a really mint condition one that's probably no print lines at all, then it might be sold for a little bit more. But if you guys want to use this as a reference, definitely use it. So there you guys have it from your host, Tony G. Like we always say, Super Plays, y'all stay super.